morning, my friends. Welcome to the end of the week. Such a fantastic week. Now, today we are going to be looking at the week of November 21st through to the 27th. The last full week of November, and it's action-packed, no matter where you live. So the beginning of the week on the 21st, we have the ability to embrace some amazing energy as we get into the International Men's Day, which is on the 21st. At the same time, we're going to be welcoming in Sagittarius. So the beginning of the week, we see some pretty dynamic energies. That masculine, protective, stabilizing energy with that Sagittarius fire. If you know or are a Sagittarius, you know what I'm talking about. That inner roar. Then, of course, at the end of the week, my American friends, we're into Thanksgiving. Now, even if you're not American, that energy is still going to impact us because there are Americans all over the world and enough space and peoples are celebrating it. Not only can we intentionally tap in to that thankful, abundant energy, that family-oriented energy, well, it's going to be part of the push and pull. We've seen, and my pinpoint, the time that I was really able to acknowledge that there is a real kind of push and pull was back in May when we ushered in Gemini, and Castor and Pollux, the twins of Gemini, started to do this. We started having the butting the heads, the pulling, the pushing. It has been going on since May. And I don't get the insight that it's coming or it's going to be dissipating anytime soon. So we've got that coming in on Thursday, Friday, of course, Black Friday, which if you actually look at the history of Black Friday, it's not all sales. It can get pretty dark. But that busyness, that very intense energy is going to impact everyone. It is a global energy because multiple countries are now taking on that Black Friday energy, wanting that consumerism, so that energy is everywhere. So Friday, I don't even need the cards to tell me back here. You're going to need to make sure that you're taking time for you, protecting and grounding you, because that energy, it's pretty intense. Now, busy week. In this next week, you are going to notice that there's a lot more activity on my channel as well, because you need it. I have spreads. I love making tarot spreads. I love making lots of supports and tools for my friends. So there are spreads coming forward for International Men's Day, Thanksgiving, and Black Friday. And no, the Black Friday spread is not about where the next greatest sale is. It's about what you need to find the most that day. Like I said, that energy, it's there. Well, you might as well damn well use it. It's there. So lots going on. Of course, on Tuesday, you will get another meditation. I will be live on Monday for the Sagittarius reading. And then, of course, next Friday, we're going to do a reading as we enter into December. Crazy, right? So for this reading, I have chosen, this is the Radiant Scale Tarot. I love it. It's beautiful. It's a dragon tarot. I figured the dragons needed to come in and help us out. I also have, this is the Chakra Wisdom Oracle. It's a beautiful deck. It's really going to support us because this is a really intense week. And then, because it is so intense, I brought this deck out. This is a corny, fun deck. It's called the Food Fortune Tarot. It does not follow suit to the normal tarot. However, it's more of a playful, fun deck. And we need that playful fun. So I will be incorporating that into the reading as well. So let's get into this. Let's get into the week. What can my friends expect from the week of November 21st through the 27th? So crazy that we're already into the end of November. It boggles my brain on how fast the end of this year is going. All right. Completion. Things are going to be coming to a head. Things are going to be ending. Yet, with every ending, we get a beginning. Like I said, there's a lot going on this week, which is fantastic because it helps to really motivate us and get us pushed forward so that we can get that next step. We can get to that next forward progression. Time. With completion and release, it is about letting go of those things that are holding us back, that are causing us fear, sadness, anxiety, that heaviness. Because let's be honest, we're all carrying it. And those who say they're not, they're lying to themselves. Everybody is carrying stuff like that. We're carrying it from past lifetimes, our current lifetime. We're carrying it on our DNA from our physical family and our astral family. So there's a lot. And it's not just a one quick fix. It never will be. We have too many different sources of this information and this heartache. Think of it as a cup. You get your hands down and you get that gunkiness that's at the very bottom, that sludginess. You get it out. Well, stuff starts to swirl in with the good stuff, right? And so then it settles. You still have more. Keep doing it. We keep adding to that sludginess because we exist. Not everybody is high vibrational right now. Some people are pretty damn toxic. We know that. And sometimes we can't get rid of or separate ourselves from that toxicity. So it's an ongoing piece of releasing. And that's okay, because we don't want to release too much because we get unstable. We start to regress because we get fearful. Our ego takes over. We want to do it slow and steady so that we can slowly make progression. We slowly move forward in a stable manner so we can maintain it. Bittersweet. Reminding us that not everything is going to be easy to release. We need to. We have a false stability in what we need to release. And that falseness is going to be very prevalent over the next week. We're going to need to release that gunginess that we have created kind of a safety net in. We're going to have that really come forward in this next week on how it's not a high vibrational support. It's just a low vibrational stuckness. So it's going to be one of those things that you're like, I do need to do this. I don't want to. However, it's time. Part of that completion. Acknowledging that pattern that needs to be broken. Starting to break it. See what it looks like. What can my friends expect in the beginning of the week? Like I said, we have that ability to tap into the stability of the divine masculine as we are going to be embracing International Men's Day. And of course, it's a day of masculinity that's going to help us. This week, all I can say, ground, protect, and stabilize you. Because, like I said, there's a lot going on this week, even just in the calendar. The Hierophant, the 5th card in the Major Arcana. Those opportunities and possibilities they're all over the place. We're going to acknowledge some of what we need to release by some of these opportunities that are going to come forward. The Hierophant is the Keeper of Keys. Usually there is a double key. This card does not hold it, but the Hierophant still has it. It still has that Keeper of Keys energy. Opening of doors. We need to open those doors to assess where we're at. The Lovers, the 6th card in the Major Arcana. So we have a really unique pattern happening right off the bat. The Hierophant is the 5th card, the Lovers is the 6th card. Really amplifying that 5-6 small baby steps. Will there be challenge? Yes. But much balance and reward once we do it. So the Lovers talks about those relationships. Yes, it does talk about those intimate relationships. Moreover, it does talk about and encompasses all relationships. The importance of seeking the supports that we need to release what's holding us back the most. Depending on who's in your life, you might be able to get some feedback and help to discern and kind of detangle what's holding you back the most so that you can allow it to come to that natural end. Additionally, it also helps us to look at those relationships, because we all have them, that may be holding us back as well, letting that cycle come to the end. So lots of endings and beginnings this week on a lot of different levels. So take that time, slow things down, ground, so that you can get those ahas. I've got a number of supports for you guys on the grounding and stability energies. I've got 3 meditative playlists. I've got a mindfulness playlist as well. These are all guided. They range in time lengths. Most importantly, they're free. You can visit and revisit them as you need. So using those to your advantage as well, helping you get that grounded energy, that stable energy within you, so you can start to reflect in. You can start to access those opportunities, getting those ahas. Because those relationships, they're going to be important. They can support you, or they can hinder you. So the ones that support you, ask questions. Ask them what they think. Those ones that hinder you and that you can, it's time to release and allow that natural completion to end. When we got ready for this, we contracted with really important people that we would walk with them for some time. Sometimes it's a short period and then we cross paths and we disembark and complete. Others will walk with us for longer periods. So really reflecting in and seeing where those relationships are at. Because, like I said, those positive ones, they can help you really assess. You can have those conversations about what's going to be important. Other ones, it's time to complete. Yes, it may be hard. Same time, you need to move forward. They need to move forward. All right, what about the end of the middle of the week? What can my friends expect from the middle of the week? The Chariot is very important. It's interesting because the beginning And end of the week, on the calendar, there's a lot. Even more. So this card decided to flip itself over, the Chariot. It is the 7th card. So now we have 5, 6, 7, all back to back, really reinforcing those small baby steps forward. The Chariot or charioteer uses his willpower and determination to move forward. He doesn't get caught up in his heart. He's using his head. He's using his intuitive self. He's using his mental stability to push himself forward, propel himself. And that's what we need to do. Move ourselves forward in a balanced, stable manner. The charioteer usually has 2 steeds. There's a black steed and a white steed, really reminding us of that balance, that momentum forward. Again, we need that in the middle of the week. We're really going to be able to tap into it, especially if, again, we're balanced and grounded. The 3 of water, or the 3 of cups. Really reinforcing that relationship that is, yes, can be that very intimate relationship, can also be that friendship, that community support. We were never meant to do this journey alone. We signed up with too many people. We contracted with them to be a part of our life in very different capacities, but we signed up for that. They signed up for that. We need to access them for support, for guidance, and to be leaned on a bit. The 7 of air, or the 7 of swords. I said this at the very beginning, that we need to release stuff. There's a completion. And I also said at the beginning of the week, we have multiple completions coming forward. This week gives you that ability to really stand up on your own 2 feet. We're getting rid of stuff that isn't helping us. We're relying on stuff that is helping us. And we're going to be able to get rid of some of that gunky, kunky yuck. Okay? 7 of Swords talks about getting away with stuff. Again, we have it multifaceted. Really amplifying that need to assess our relationships. Release the ones that are not helping you. And I know we have relationships that there's not a damn thing we can do about it. All we can do is work with it. Those relationships, we're looking at protection. We're looking at making sure we're making positive choices for ourselves. So protecting ourselves before or during an interaction with them, cutting cords after our interaction with them, and ensuring our stability. Other relationships, it's about looking at how we need to allow that relationship to end, because it's not serving you and it's not serving them. We need to make sure that we have positive relationships. We need to be accountable to us. Well, they need to be accountable for them. So if that means that some of the relationships need to naturally end and they are going to be called on their BS, well, that's going to be something that they need to deal with. On another note, because we are going to be very honest about our relationships, another relationship we have is with ourselves. This week allows us the ability to release stuff that we've been relying on that is not positive. Like I said, we have that false sense of security in it. Middle of the week, it's exactly when we're going to be releasing it. So again, stabilize yourself, nurture yourself, gain the support that you need where you need it, because it's very important that we do it. At the same time, it can be really challenging. It can kind of really bring in some instability and, of course, that emotion, that release. You can see that sadness, that completion. Again, sadness. Yet at the same time, there's going to be that sense of relief. You probably turn over the cards first. So the Four of Earth, like I just said, that stability, that groundedness. It helps bring a calm within us, especially if you use meditation to your advantage. Meditation helps to calm that whole physical system. It helps to balance our brainwaves, so we're not favoring one side of our brain. We all naturally do. We're able to use both spheres to our advantage, so we can process more and create solutions that are more dynamic. Additionally, we're more able to connect into our third eye and use that intuitive information as well. So that stability and groundedness is going to be important. The Page of Earth, or the Page of Pentacles. Like I just said, grounding, grounding, grounding. If all else fails, ground and stabilize you, then reassess what's going on. The Page of Earth, we have that childlike, innocent energy that's not afraid to ask the questions. And we do need to ask the questions, because if we don't reflect and ask those questions, we're not going to be able to move ourselves forward. It's more of that, I'm just going to duck and put my head in the sand so I miss out. That lack of decision is a decision in itself. And when we put our head in the sand like an ostrich, we're putting our bum high in the air, giving the universe a target to say, they're stuck. I'm going to zap them in the bum so they tumble out and get going again. And that's what the Tower talks about. We have control. Well, not control, sorry. We have the ability to make choices in this part because we still have that free will in play. If you choose to put your head in the sand, you're choosing to put your bum in the air. Okay? Make choices that are for your greater good. And when we're looking at greater good, it's not a point of, oh, well, this is going to take from others. High vibrational greater good is the greater good of all. Like I said, individuals who you may be severing ties with because the relationship isn't healthy have to take some time to reflect in on what they're trying to get. They may not like it, but it's for their greater good. It's not taking away from them, not in a high vibrational way. Think of it as low vibrational energy is more like the money-making pyramids or kind of used car salesman. For this time only, you have to do it now, and only you. That pressure, that kind of slimy feeling, that's not the greater good. That's low vibration. We want the greater good. Stay high vibrational. Make those positive choices where you're using here, not your back brain that is rudimentary and low vibration. So ask those questions. Take some time, sit down and reflect on it. You don't have to take a lot of time, a few minutes here or there, and you can multitask. Go into the shower, and water will help because it can really help us release. Take a bath, take a walk, get that air. Use it to your advantage. We have all these tools. We just don't always use them. All right, what about the end of the week? What does the end of the week bring, my friends? Now, the end of the week, we're looking at Thanksgiving for my American friends. And we're looking at Black Friday, which happens in many, many countries now. These cards, oh no, I need this deck still. There. The Five of Water, also known as the Five of Cups. So yes, the end of the week, you're going to have lots of busy and crazy, which is going to amplify those three cups that are overturned, causing you heartache and pain. Stuff we need to release. We don't want to release because it feels good. I feel good mourning and being sad and being stuck. Like I said, that is a decision in itself. If you choose to keep wallowing and putting your head in the sand, just going, I'm going to stay in this gunk. I feel safe in this gunk. You're putting your bum in the air and you're giving yourself, well, a target for the universe to zap you in the butt with the tower. We have free will here. If we can start to release what we're supposed to this week, we start to come to that natural end, a natural beginning will come forward in the Two of Cups. Those life-giving aspects. In the Two of Cups itself, in the card, you're looking at duality, positive relationship. You're looking at fulfillment and connection. We need that, especially as we're going into the winter, and it's going to be a challenging winter, guys. We still have that push and pull of the energies that started, like I said, in May. We have compounding issues internationally and globally, even nationally. Many countries are really still struggling. We have everything else that we're dealing with. We know that the winter is always harder for humans. We need that sun. It gives us joy and happiness. We feel, well, warm. That lack of light, the demands and expectations of the winter really wear on us. Connecting in with life-giving aspects of the Two of Cups will fuel us, help us go forward in some pretty damn challenging times that are going to come forward. We have added expectation and added demands. And many of us in this week, that's when things start to get real. We start to have the expectation and demands of family and friends. Many people at work have added responsibilities. There's lots more going on, especially in the retail world. We need to make sure that we're making some pretty life-giving choices for us, giving us a little bit of time to connect in with what's meaningful. And it doesn't have to be a lot of time, guys. A little bit of time goes a long way. The Knight of Water or the Knight of Cups. Having that courage to face what we need to face. Connecting into our intuition and allowing it to push us and propel us. Standing up to that emotion and going, no, you know what? I'm not going to let my heart center slow me down, because we know that sorrow is kind of an underlying energy this week. Using your head, your intuition to your advantage, rather than letting your heart center drive you. The Ace of Fire or the Ace of Wands. Like I said, we have a natural completion on many levels and many ways this week. Whenever you complete something, one door closes, one doesn't just open, many open. We started the week off with the Hierophant. I said it's the keeper of keys, multiple. Many different opportunities, many new beginnings that are going to be life-giving, that are going to really amplify those inner fires. The wand, anytime I see the Ace of Wand, I think of a match being struck, that eruption, that passion, that excitement, that enthusiasm. You feel more fulfilled. That's the inner flame, that connection we have. We're going to see it come forward, especially if we're able to release some of that toxic heaviness that's been holding us back. Releasing it really will help to fuel us. And anytime during this week, if you're like, well, I don't know how to release it, I have releasing meditations on my playlist. I also said water is going to be really important. Then I pulled the 5 and the Knight of Wands, or Knight of Water. That water is going to be really helpful in releasing. You can multitask. I'm a big multitasker. I'm a mom. I'm busy. I get it. So releasing, easy. Anytime you're connecting in with water, so shower, a bath, You have that running water, visualize that gunky heaviness being released. If you really want to have a gung-ho on this one, ask your high vibrational support team to help you out. So before you get into the shower or the bath, setting that intention. I want to release stuff that's holding me back. Help me get rid of it as I bathe. They will happily step in. You're bringing down the right of free will. High vibrational beings cannot step in and help us out unless we ask. So when you set that intention, and anytime I set intention, I always ask for that help because you can always get a little bit more done when you have that on the high vibration. And it's not hurting anybody. It also helps to give me a clear understanding of what I need to do during a time, especially if I'm multitasking. Helps to do that release. Helps to also add in a flare of aha. Have you ever noticed when you're showering and you're like, I'm not even going to pay attention. I just want the water to hit me. That's when you're like, oh, Eureka! Welcome to high vibrational energy. I love it. You get out of your way and they step in. They're like, they're not paying attention. In, get it in. Send them that energy. Send them that aha. Especially at the end of the week. Yes, it's going to probably have the most chaotic energy at the end of the week. However, you ground, you stabilize, that inner fire will just erupt. Okay, let's go on to the challenge. I've mentioned many of them, but there's still more. Because it's never as easy as we'd like it to be. What challenge will my friends face at the beginning of the week? There's more challenges. And I kind of like the fact that the cards bring in the challenge because many times our challenges can be used as tools to support us. The Fool, the 0 card in the Major Arcana. At the very beginning of this reading, I said, we're going to miss out on the fun and the play. We're going to get caught up in the week. We need this carefree fun. Adding that in, sprinkling it into your week will really help to stay high vibrational. If we're able to do that, then we can add in even more light and fun. Sorry, my daughter's school just called me. Okay. The Knight of Earth, the Knight of Pentacles, reminding us that that stability is there. We need it. That groundedness, super important. Additionally, that Knight, he's the only Knight that hyper focuses in and really nurtures self. He tends his fields. We need to do that. Resistant to it because we don't want to release that stability that we have. It's a false sense of stability. It's still stability. We don't like to feel unstable. And that's going to happen when we start to release stuff. The Queen of Water, the Queen of Cups. That intuitional energy, that creative energy. We're going to feel disconnected. We're going to feel kind of bleh. We're not going to want to get into that creative energy. We're not going to want to get into that play. We want to make sure that we use our stable energy and that playful energy to our advantage. So when we start to be grounded and work on self, add in that flavor of fun, we're going to see these two turn. When those two turn, this one's going to turn as well, from an obstacle to an ally, because you're intentionally working on that grounded energy, adding in that play, adding in that creativity, and those ahas will flow We're not getting caught up in, oh my God, I need to release. Oh my God, what if? We're getting into that fun and play. We're feeling stable. And like I said, those ahas start to flow. Goes back to that shower example. When we're not paying attention, we're we get out of our head, we get out of our way, we get those ahas we want and need. The 10 of Earth, reminding us again of that stability that we need, that grounded energy, plus the addition of our family. Those positive, supportive individuals, whether they're from our birth family, our astral family, or a friendship group. We need those positive people to support us in getting some more aha and helping us release what we need to release. So the beginning of the week, we can really start to get some of this stuff done and set our week up well, especially when we focus in on that grounded, stable energy. No matter what challenge we're facing, we're able to overcome it and create the solution that's going to really help us when we're feeling stable, grounded, and using that frontal part of our brain, our intuition, and our frontal cortex. We get so much more done. What challenge will my friends face in the middle of the week? So the middle of the week already had a lot going on. The 9 of Water, the 9 of Cups, that abundance, that happiness. We're not going to see it. It goes back into the Fool here, where we're not going to see that fun and play. We're going to be so bogged down with everything that's going on that we're going to miss it. Yet that's what's going to help fuel us through the week. So again, setting those intentions, being present, and it's hard to do when we're really stuck with stuff. We feel overwhelmed, so that we can move ourselves forward. We're focusing in on those life-giving aspects. What's the end of the week? What can my friends expect as a challenge for the end of the week? Two of Earth, or the 2 of Pentacles. That stability, that balance plagues us through the end of the week. Again, ground, stabilize, meditation, fantastic. I've got them through all my playlists. Pick one, use it as you need. In my short and sweet meditative playlist, they're very short meditations, they're under 10 minutes. I have a grounding and a stabilizing one. Helping you. You can use that to your advantage. You can use crystals to your advantage. Tiger iron is my favorite for grounding and stabilizing. You can use any red or black crystal. It will really support you in maintaining that groundedness. Because anytime we have chaotic energies, the more grounded we are, the more we're able to weather those pushes and pulls. Let's look at some fun and some more support here. What else will help my friends overcome challenges and embrace the fun of the week of October 21st through the 27th? So for those who don't know this deck, this is just a fun deck. It even says on there that it's not a divinational deck, but it is fun. And if you are a reader, you can read normal playing cards. So this doesn't add into any challenge. The Queen of Mains, the turkey dinner, that Thanksgiving. Really reinforcing, again, that family energy. Whether or not you celebrate Thanksgiving, that abundance, that family energy is all over. It's a global energy. You have that ability to tap into it at any time. And that Thanksgiving It's a nurturing energy. It's a nurturing experience. Using that food to fuel you, to nurture you. The Chinese. I love it. I think it's not to get too bogged down, to experience the fun. Turkey dinner takes a lot of time and energy. Ordering a Chinese talks about that rest, that rejuvenation, that play. Helping to balance out your week, because it has on it here, it says net movies. Talking about taking some R&R for you. We can't get bogged down in all that we need to do. We can't hyper-focus in on it. We want that balance. We know that balance is going to be hard to maintain throughout this week. The root. Couple different things come to mind when I see this. Severing roots that may not support you while taking what will. So again, going back to that release. Some stuff is going to nurture and support us in our growth and our development, while other stuff isn't. It's up to us to make those decisions that is going to support us the most. So, reflection, meditation, taking one step at a time. Don't try and jump in head first. Remember, we started off with the 5-6 pair here. One step at a time, slow and steady. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me today. Like I said, this is a busy week, and you'll see me live on Monday and Friday, and then there's going to be all sorts of support sprinkled in this week. Take time to enjoy this week and really embrace all that you can and release what isn't helping you. Yeah, and if you did like this video, give it a thumbs up. Helps people find me on the sea of YouTube. And don't forget to subscribe for you, because there are lots of supports, guidance, and those sprinkled in funds that I have in my playlists. If you're subscribed, you're not going to miss anything. And if you hit that bell, you're going to be notified when I'm live. So it's a win-win. Again, I want to thank you for joining me today, and I hope you guys have a fantastic week. For all my American friends, happy Thanksgiving. Until tomorrow, my friends.